Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a equilateral triangle that looks like this. So using recursion, in order to make this, we need to take care of the spacing, and we just need to know how many rows the triangle should be. So in the main function, we're going to call triangle with this example, we're going to do it with 7. So triangle 7. So this is the function void triangle index. And inside triangle, we're just going to call triangle recursion with x and x. So I'm going to explain why we need x and x, but we don't want the user, for example, here to put 7 and 7. The user should just put the number of rows. So that's why we're going to hide the implementation, and they only have to put triangle 7, and then this function will call the function that does the recursion by calling 7 and 7. So this is this function. So this function is going to have x and original. So this x is going to be the one that we keep reducing in order to eventually reach the base case. And this original is going to stay at, in this case, 7 the entire time, because we're going to need that number in order to know how many spaces to put. Okay, so the base case is going to be if x is less than or equal to 0, then we just want to return. Right? Otherwise, we want to call triangle recursion x minus 1 and original. This way, this one keeps reducing until it eventually reaches 0, and this original is not going to change. It would just be 7 the entire time. Okay, so now we want to take care of the spacing, and of course I'm going to show you how everything works using a diagram after I finish writing the code. So this is going to take care of all the spacing. After we take care of the spacing, then we write the stars. Right. And after we write the stars, we want a new line. Okay, so let me explain how this is going to work. So the main function is going to call triangle 7. So it's going to call this triangle 7 is going to call triangle recursion 7 and 7. So now we're here, where this first 7 is x and the second 7 is original. So is 7 less than or equal to 0? No. So it's going to call triangle recursion 7 minus 1 and original, so 6 and 7. Now this one starts from the beginning, so is 6 less than or equal to 0? No. So it's going to do triangle recursion 6 minus 1, 5, and 7. It's going to come here. Boop, boop, boop. Eventually we're here. Is 1 less than or equal to 0? No. So it's going to call triangle recursion 1 minus 1, which is 0 and 7. So now we're here. 0 is less than or equal to 0, so it's going to return. And now we're in this one, and we're over here. This for loop that's going to take care of the spacing. So it's going to say for int I equals 0, as long as I is less than original, so 7 minus x, 7 minus 1, which is 6, I plus plus. So it's going to print out 6 spaces. So as you can see here, this is a star with 7 rows, and the first star is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces before you put the star. And then the second one is going to have 5 spaces, then 4 spaces, 3 spaces, 2 spaces, 1 spaces, no spaces. So that is why we have this for loop and why we need the original. So the first one is going to have 6 spaces, and then I equals 0 as long as I is less than x. In this case, x is 1, so it's going to print out 1 star. So it prints out 1 star, and then it makes a new line. So where we would be over here, right? So then this one finishes, and it's going to do the rest. So the next one would draw the other one, blah blah blah, until we get to, so these are going to keep popping off. Eventually we'll be at 7 and 7. So I equals 0 as long as I is less than original is 7 minus 7 is 0. So that means that one is going to have no spaces. And then we would be here, I is 0 as long as I is less than 7, I plus plus. So we're going to have 7 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stars. And that's pretty much how this program is going to work. So let me just run it. And yeah, as you can see, it's going to print out the triangle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows, and it's going to work for even numbers as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so I hope this tutorial was helpful, and thank you for watching.